This is the plaintiff, Shanae Noble. She says the defendant, her landlord, rented her an apartment in a drug-infested area, which is unsafe for her kids, and she moved out soon after for the sake of her children's health and well-being. The defendant misrepresented the place, won't return her security, and that's just not right, so she's suing for $640, the money she's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, John Balassi. He says he spent way more than the plaintiff's security on repairs because of the damage she did when she lived there. She left so much trash and debris behind he could have filled a dump. Owe her money? No way, Jose. He's accused of misrepresenting.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant misled her into thinking the apartment she was renting was safe when it was actually drug-infested. But the defendant is saying the only thing that was not safe is the plaintiff herself because she was such a slob. It's the case of the apartment that went to pot.
Thank you, Douglas. Shanae Noble,
Yes.
You are suing John Balassi,
Correct.
your former landlord, for $640 that you say he owes you in security deposit and cable deposit and has not returned to you, correct?
Yes.
Tell me what's going on.
I met the defendant, called up. He supposed to gave me an apartment on 7th Street, and he promised me that house. It was a single house. And somebody else came through with cash, so he gave it to them. Then he gave me the house on 1st Street, and I didn't know nothing about the street. It was a nice apartment.
Okay.
And later on, other people moved upstairs, and they were drug dealers. And then the street was bad.
Okay.
And when I moved in June 1st, about August, I called him and asked him, can you please let me out my lease because it's bad for my children.
Okay, how old are your children?
They was 13 and 11, 10, and now they're 14 and 11.
Okay.
And I also have a 19-year-old. And I just couldn't stay in that area. And I asked him, I called him on his phone.
Okay, how do you know there was drug dealing going on?
They sitting on my porch.
And doing it? You're watching it?
Watching it. Then they started letting the crackheads come inside the yard and serving them.
Okay. And did you ever call the police?
I went down to the city hall and got proof of activities going on that block, and Section 8 terminate my lease.
Okay. So you got proof of other police reports?
Yes.
Okay, and police activity there trying to, okay.
Yes.
But you didn't answer what I asked. Did you ever call the police?
No.
Okay. Well, out of curiosity, why not?
Because for the simple fact, I asked them and I knew Section 8 would let me out my lease.
Okay. So, all right. So, how long did it take for, you asked him and he said no?
No, yeah, right.
And then you talked to Section 8 and Section 8 let you out?
Right.
Okay. Now, what day did you move out?
31st of October.
All right. And did you talk to him? I guess you were not on really good terms with him. No. In fact, did you sue her for rent?
Yes, I did.
And you were suing her for what month's rent?
For the broken lease. I sued her for 2 months' rent because Section 8 informed me that she was moving out October 31st, and I asked them, how could she break a lease? I have a year lease. They says the termination was made in their office.
Okay. And did they explain to you why?
No, they wouldn't explain to me why.
All right. Have you ever encountered this before?
No, I never knew Section 8 could break a lease. I never knew anybody could break a lease. I can't break a lease.
Section 8 can absolutely break a lease. They can just look at you and say, you're breaking the lease, and so we're letting her out. There has to be a reason, though.
Right.
Well, there has to be a reason. And so if she's going to them with reports about crackheads hanging around, that's a good reason. She doesn't want to raise her kids around, you know, if she's making that up because she found a nicer place, that's not a good reason. But you have a right to find out how they made their decision. Now, but what did you do? You sued her for rent after the 31st of October. Is that what you're saying? So she moves out the 31st of October. You sue her in November.
For 2 months' rent for breaking the lease.
Because there were 2 months left?
No, there was actually 8 months left.
You just figured it would take you 2 months to re-rent it?
Correct.
All right. How'd that go for you?
I lost.
So can a tenant move out, break the lease, if the apartment area is drug infested?
Yes, because if the landlord isn't taking care of the property and if they're not...
Yeah, but it's not the property, it's the area.
No, I think you should do your research. You move in somewhere, it's your job to make sure that you're doing...
Final quick word.
I agree, they should do the research.
Fair enough, going inside the courtroom.
There is a $600 deposit. Why are you not returning the $600 deposit?
Because when I went in the apartment after she moved, there was damages and debris left that exceeded her deposit.
All right. Do you have proof of the damages and debris that she left behind that would give you the right to keep the $600 security?
Yes, I do. I have pictures, and I have a receipt from the people that did it also.
Okay. There's crutches, boxes, an old TV, there's stuff in the drawers, products.
There's appliances in that picture too that she actually, those are not my appliances, those are hers that she didn't take.
Which appliances?
There's a stove and refrigerator in there. Those are not mine. Those were hers that she left full and didn't take them. I had to have them removed.
Why wouldn't you keep them?
I don't supply appliances.
Okay, in these apartments, how can Section 8 approve it if it doesn't have appliances?
They have to supply their own.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't look like you moved out. You left the fridge completely full of food that rots and spoils, and you left a bunch of stuff everywhere.
He calls me November 1st, asked me, do I want my dolly? I say yes. I came over there. He asked me to clean up. I cleaned up, but my oldest daughter was there, which I should have brought here as a witness, but I didn't want to take her out of school. He left me there to clean up. I cleaned up that apartment.
Okay, what's all this though? I mean, this is not...
I cleaned it up. I took it out of there. He left me there.
Okay, but you had already apparently left it that way because that's why he's taking pictures. After you left is when he took pictures.
I came back and to try to open the door.
Do you have proof that you cleaned this up? Because he has proof that he had to pay somebody to clean that up. So if you're saying, yeah, Judge, I left it this way, but then he called me back in over the dolly and then I cleaned all of this stuff up. Do you have any pictures to show that you cleaned it up? Because he's got the pictures to show that you left it that way. You're admitting you left it that way.
I admit I left it
and then he's show me the receipt. You paid somebody already, or you're going to have to pay somebody?
No, I paid somebody. That's for all the damages and removing debris.
Show me the damages. I see the debris. I know exactly how much it'll cost to get that out of there.
Right.
All right. And now show me about the damages.
There's damaged blinds.
Somebody writes on the walls.
Writing on the wall. There's two
Somebody
holes.
did math on the walls, man. That's a new brand of lazy.
No. That was not there. Not at all. I didn't have little ones at my house.
Well, little ones probably wouldn't do this. This would be a big one who did that. What was wrong with the blind?
They're broken. There's holes in the wall.
There's a hole in the bathroom wall. How'd that hole get there?
Never was. That was not there, Your Honor. I cleaned that apartment out.
Okay, you understand, though.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
This is a pickle, see? Because if you're telling me that wasn't there and he's got pictures of it, you're asking me to conclude that he busted it up just to have to repair it, just to have to
I wasn't there long enough for damage to be like that in that house.
I was only
there for 4 months. That wasn't even fully unpacked in that house.
This is a hole in the bathroom wall. How did the closet door come off and break? Actually, that's broken.
I don't understand that either. When I came back over there on the first, I cleaned up that house. Only thing that was messed up, 2 blinds in that door. I swept out every room in that house.
Honey, you didn't. I'm looking
Except for the kitchen. Until I came back, he asked me to clean it, and I cleaned it. He left me there by myself, and I cleaned it.
The basement debris, there's pictures of boxes and bags and stuff that wasn't removed, that he took a picture of after you left, that you left behind. In any event, show me proof that you paid this bill.
Show you proof?
Yeah, you heard me.
Call the store.
No, I'm not going to call a store. I told you to show me proof.
I don't have proof on me.
Okay.
I brought you a receipt for what was done.
Why wouldn't you think that I might require proof in a court of law when you're saying,
that's a legal
Judge,
receipt.
I'm out $975. Yeah, but the receipt is a little bit disturbing to me. It's got a hardware store name on top.
Yeah.
It's handwritten by somebody. It doesn't say paid. And so you might
be my guest and call them and ask them.
I'm going to be my own guest, and I'm going to estimate based on the pictures what I think the job is worth.
That's your prerogative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep talking, because I got more prerogatives than what you think.
You're right.
All right. You left this place really in a mess. There's holes in the walls. There's doors that have to be replaced now because they've been busted right off. Just even just in that alone, you know, it may not be $975, but he's not counterclaiming against you. It's definitely going to eat up the $640. Just that, not including the cleanup and everything else, it's going to eat up the $640. I find that he's entitled to keep your security deposit.
All right, let's hold on right there, please.
Well, there's the plaintiff coming out of the courtroom here on the losing end of this case. But what do you think about the outcome?
He's lying. I came over there and I cleaned up that place.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to do that.
I mean, those pictures did show a mess, though, the way you left it at first. I mean, how come you didn't clean it before
But it
you
wasn't
left?
a big mess like that. When I came, it was all in the kitchen, sitting on the floor.
Are you
Yes.
saying he threw the stuff
He
all over
did
the
that.
place?
Yes, he
Made
did.
it look like that?
Yes, he did.
All right. Okay. All right. Head around the corner there. Let's see what he has to say for himself. All right. Here comes the landlord. How do you think you looked in there?
I think I proved my case. They looked a mess in there. I'm sorry to say that, but it really did.
They punched those holes and...
I don't know how they did it, to be honest with you. You know, that door just didn't fall off a hinge. It's a new door. It's, 2 years old.
How come you don't supply appliances? How can somebody move in when there's nowhere to cook or whatever?
To be honest with you, I used to supply appliances until they started stealing them when they moved. I says, I'm not supplying appliances no more.
Okay, Harvey.
It's pretty simple. Landlords are responsible for their building. They're not responsible for the general area.